for sure.
Knueppel, another triple, another three.
Took a good look at that one.
Knueppel again from the outside, another three. Foster, flag, extra pass, Knueppel in the corner, his fifth three.
See how stifling they can be. Knueppel for another one. Has a nice rebound and a great pass. And a flush by Knueppel.
How do you do? Duke attacks the glass off the miss. And look at the find by the freshman. Have a day, Connor Knueppel. He's got 17, and the Blue Devils rolling in Cameron on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, you want to see them be able to get the basketball inside. That's one of the areas where Cooper Flag has been special, and we see.
He was a guy who originally committed to Kentucky, and then when Calipari decided to take the job, oh my problem defensively. Someone lost a shoe. That's Nunez behind the play as laying it in. And Knueppel coming the other way. Nice pass finding Gillis all alone for the Duke freshman. Knueppel using the screen, and he nails the three. Shire says he... Extra pass, Knueppel with two in his face. It doesn't matter. Corey, this is just an exhibition, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. Knueppel fouled plus the three.
Player that he's coached reminded him of himself as a player, and he immediately said Bobby Hurley.
Knueppel.
Tell you what, Knueppel on a very good App State team.
Long rebound comes to Knueppel, who attacks. Say will not please the Duke coaching staff. That was a big part of the scout earlier today. Is the defensive menace that is Malik Brown. Knueppel. Flag attacks. Knueppel into the lane. Talk about patience in half. Flag works to the baseline. Finds Knueppel in the opposite corner for three. Rebound to Hitch. Knueppel comes to a stop and banks it in.
And you see the result.
Here goes Knueppel. Goes to the right. Knueppel. As though he heard me say, he hit Devils having a huge advantage on the offensive glass so far tonight. It turns into Knueppel step back three. Seat on the bench. Malawach. Knueppel, who puts up the three and hits it. Out there. Knueppel into the lane, tough finish, and he'll have a chance for throw.
Still loose. And Knueppel into the front court. Left hand, and it goes.
Oh, what a tough move. Yeah, they're top blocking him, so it goes out the other way.
Oweh gambles, misses it, and
Kentucky's been turning the ball over like crazy, but Duke's got 9 points off turnovers, 0 for Kentucky.
The second as well.
There's that wide pin down for Knueppel. And he gets the step up.
The pull-up. Not just a... Knueppel knocked away by Williams, but Knueppel finds
the basket.
Turnaround by Knueppel will go.
But I actually like this smaller lineup. I really think this was the group that moved the basketball really well.
Score for Wofford. Terriers 3 for 15 early. Here's Malawach on the roll and finish from Knueppel. 9 of the 10 have a point for Duke. On the roll, Malawach finishes again. Come on, Malawach.
Williams did a few years back.
Knueppel 3, set up once.
Knueppel drives past Love and lays it in. Knueppel up, no good. Tipped around, and Knueppel gets it back. Puts it up and hits. Knueppel driving on a walk. A nice kick to Flag. A 3 for Flag. Knueppel for 3. Wow. Big shot.
Out here.
Knueppel again, another big 3 for
a veteran, more physically imposing player. Knueppel drives, lefty, nice little reverse layup. And over is another turnover for Kansas, and a chance for a 2-on-1. Knueppel all the way, up and over. 5. This is 5, yeah. Knueppel in the paint. Nice play. Yeah. Knueppel's going to be the playmaker. Tough shot. He hangs and hits. Nice good work. Yep. Good kick and a good 3. Here comes Flagg. 2-man pick and roll. The roll! Oh! Right over Madunga! 5 seconds on the shot clock. They're way out top. Here's Flagg. There's a flush. Nice job by Knueppel. They have Malawatch. He grabs it and he throws it down. Great job.
The role you expected him to so far?
Yeah, I think so. In spades. And he gives them...
Back on the floor after the good minutes from Brown. Great vision by Foster. They're plus 12 in the second. Knueppel. He's a shooter.
Kicks it out. Evans again. Hits again. They tied it, but lost by 3 in Vegas last week. And they dug themselves an early hole in this one as well. Knueppel was with a 17-year-old freshman, Cooper Flagg. Now Knueppel. Just muscling.
The Kentucky, the Anthony Davis team, where they were incredibly young and talented, but they were unselfish, and that's what made them so good.
Here comes Cooper Flagg. Gives it up to Knueppel. Through contact. Puts it in. Flagg up and under. Waterman sent away. Sion James recovering. And Knueppel goes right around.
Gets him to go.
Flagg on the ground after contact. Knueppel trapped. Finds Flagg for 3. Bang!
Can't roll the dice like that.
Wait, you told your coach what you wanted?
Yeah, it could be fool's gold.
In this half, only 2 of 9 from distance. Knueppel with a dagger.
Here's Knueppel. Giant lead.
Half court 1-3-1, and they stay in it for the possession.
Corner triple. Knueppel connects.
So that's a scout right now, right? He did get 10 minutes in the Louisville game. As Knueppel does a great job of setting his feet up.
Set the standard in November and December, and then it's hard for teams to recover.
Knueppel goes. Knueppel. Into the chest of Anderson.
That's what he does. He takes it and goes.
Knueppel, good look. And good for 3.
That's a
freshman out of the overtime elite program, which is just a couple of minutes from here. Knueppel answers.
I know.
Go back and hear it.
Sound fair.
Just between you, me, and the millions of people watching.
Yeah,
Knueppel with
Duke's got to get back in control of the game, and they kind of lost it.
That'll help. Knueppel for Knueppel.
Big time. It's not easy to be a lottery pick. Another nice pass.
It's a 6-minute scoring drought and a 14-0 run. And then Knueppel answers.
They make it hard for you. Nice play.
Knueppel with a takeaway. And Knueppel will finish. And Duke with him on staff, obviously under Mike Krzyzewski for most of those years. 308 and 91. They're going to be good. Score 6 points and be the best player on the floor.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Nice drive by Knueppel. Give him 18.
Here's Flagg on the catch. Knueppel straight away. And he's getting his sea legs here in his second ACC game, it feels like. Knueppel on the final play of the half at the foul line. Got it. 5 for Knueppel. Good instinct. On the drive, Knueppel and 1. Knueppel will try one for you, Dan.
What a move by Proctor. Finds the open man. Knueppel, bang! Defended by James. Now they switch. And Bookie Miller trying to go right by Knueppel, but he's long and is able to block it. There is Knueppel. He had 7 assists in the first half. SMU to be able to get some stops. In the corner. Bang! Butler for three. Bam! Big time. He's been in a big-time matchup against the top 10 team. Freshman from Turkey. And there's the alley-oop. Little forearm shiver there on Flag. And Knueppel trying to go with a left hand.
So flashes of being able to hang in there. They're still going to be a formidable team in this ACC. You see another lob by
Knueppel, long range, got it. He buries it.
Point guard to be drafted #1 in the NBA as Knueppel gets a look. Knocks down his second.
Some movement. Proctor thought about it. The drive and kick. Knueppel, yes, another triple.
They need him to be aggressive to have success here on the road.
You're right. If it's going to happen for Pitt, they're going to come back. Their guards are going to lead it. Knueppel down the lane. Nice adjustment to lay it in the Duke hit. Flag will flip it. James.
We've got an issue. Zach Austin.
46% from three last year at Purdue, playing with Zach Edey, mostly catch and shoot. But he's a career 40% shooter.
Has had a really interesting coaching journey. Was at Butler under Brad Stevens. Was at Purdue under.
And wind up his offensive fouls.
Now Knueppel trying to back down Olako, and he lays it in.
Off this game, they feel as though they have an advantage there.
Knueppel three.
Finding the shooters.
Foster for Flag. There's an extra pass. Knueppel again.
For longer stretches that he's played throughout this year, a career high 19 points for him. How about Knueppel? He's on the bench standing up cheering on his teammates.
Knueppel, my watch!
While the Blue Devils are getting exactly what they want on the offensive end.
Knueppel into traffic, little scoop and score.
I respect that.
One of the magical events on the basketball calendar every year. Knueppel out of the corner.
But how about Malawatz not only defending, but still finishing the play off, going and getting a defensive rebound?
Knueppel out of the corner, another three.
I think now that they're gone, we're seeing what that means and the impact that those coaches made.
And Myron, I can tell you right now, I'm sure that there are some that took it for granted.
Showed everybody nationally as the Duke Blue Devils, #2 in the country, undefeated in the ACC, and a three-pointer.
Personnel and the realities you deal with.
That's what Steve Forbes said he's had to do. Hildreth on the drive denied. Knueppel's not very good at any of it, really. Yeah. Shot clock down to 10. Knueppel's open from the corner and got a great look. Flag gives up the dribble. Knueppel stepping in the lane, banks into
Duke.
Yeah, just 1 for 12 from three-point land in the second half of the Blue Devils. Knueppel wants to get closer and drops in 2.
Normal game because they come in. This is almost a Super Bowl for opposing teams.
Knueppel fires long range and that Proctor finds an open lane, kicks it out. Knueppel from the corner, got it
for the easy layup.
Knueppel swishes it in.
It's not. But are the players thinking that NC State can't beat them coming into this building?
Knueppel comes under the loose ball and lean in for 2. Knueppel thought about it. He'll drive it. The fall away. Got it.
Back out to Proctor. Knueppel will try a three, and he'll hit. Knueppel again. This is the first time since 07-08 they have started league play 10-0. Knueppel into the paint, just kept on going. 7'5" wingspan, 9'8" standing reach. Off the inbounds, Trimble couldn't finish it. 22-point lead for the Blue Devils. Flag draws a double, kicks to Knueppel. And he gets inside and
Duke had more steals than North Carolina had assists.
Knueppel for 3.
Sion James at the rim. Just make Cadeau score over.
Knueppel and 8 more. Just the strength of schedule. Look out. James from
programs in college basketball history get together. Duke controls the tip, and Duke gets the first basket. Such a tremendous distributor. Knueppel, well balanced in the lane. Knueppel and Tyrese Proctor each had 9 in the first half. Knueppel set up by James, spins.
He's in the country all season long. So with the winning streaks, if they do come to an end, still have an opportunity to stay in the top.
Against Ola Joseph. Here's Knueppel. Baseline and good.
He's a smart player
these days for Duke. James tiptoeing that line. Knueppel's open. Got it.
Oh, man. I wanted to get his picture, man. That was the groupie.
Knueppel taking some contact. Nice job backing it.
He's headed for greatness in his future.
Knueppel off the inbounds. He'll spin to get himself an open look for two. James to the corner. Knueppel will fire it up and swish it in. Gillis back out. Knueppel will loft it and swish it out. Knueppel back in. He was the hot hand early. Drive it inside and rolls in two. Proctor off the fake. Knueppel had a nice first half. He'll drive it. Keep on going for two. His ball. Here's Proctor. Knueppel gets back into the play and 6 on him. Down on that baseline. Nice pass and a
Illinois. Probably 5 of those shots were clean looks, not able to make it.
Knueppel with the influx. Knueppel driving, uses that body on the window. The bag is bigger at Duke than it would be.
It's a rebound.
Knueppel, 14-footer. He's just a wonderful freshman from Chicago. Big fella inside. They compare him to Bam Adebayo. He's out with a broken wrist. Knueppel. Knueppel driving baseline. Cut off. Dips inside and banks it down. Knueppel with the rebound. New shot clock. Rising fire.
Losses this year, Kansas and Kentucky. Knueppel opens the game.
What it takes with short prep to figure out who you are in a postseason situation, win or go home situation.
Nice drive by
UCLA. How's he lost weight since his freshman year?
Knueppel. Two teams that would find such joy in the progress they've made. Knueppel.
I just want to watch some of the best play and perform.
And maybe this Duke team is giveaway. He misses 2 free throws, you get a free gym membership.
Running to one just makes their lineup different.
Knueppel to spin. Oh my goodness, got Maluk in the air along with Caleb Foster. And Knueppel for 3, and he got it out of the corner. 9 shots from the floor. Gillis tries to snap the streak and does. Finally controls it for Knueppel. Kahn all the way to the basket and the foul. Had it rejected by Flag. Here's Knueppel weaving around Jerry Dang. Shot fake and one. Duke still without a point. Knueppel off the fake. Another fake. Here's the 2.
From beyond the 3, but makes a big one there. And again, there really hasn't been tremendous separation. However, now
Proctor off the fake. Knueppel's the open shooter.
And get his ovation. The final ovation from this crowd.
Davis just knocked the ball away. Really fought James.
Knueppel with 3 on the shot clock. Gets a tough shot off and hits. Conference to Kentucky and Kansas. Knueppel gets rid of it quickly and knocks down a 3
early on in this game.
Knueppel again. And gets the bounce. Knueppel just keeps going and lays it in, and he's got 10. Knueppel into traffic. The kick to Gillis. Got it.
That is a intensity that North Carolina has had and needs to maintain.
Knueppel, nice look. James the finish.
Good back cut.
Brown, a beautiful feed to Knueppel. Looks for that shot. Flag swings it to Knueppel. Cadeau went down by 7.
Duke really trying to spread out this Carolina defense and drive it.
What a drive by Knueppel.
Watch all ACC honorable mentions. 7-2. Knueppel with the drive with the left hand with the offensive rebound. Great movement. Another terrific fake. Knueppel fakes again and 2.
Isn't that big of a deal? Losing Malik Brown is a much bigger deal because you may not see him again this season after injuring that left shoulder for a second time. A very long time. And he's as tough as they get. For him to come out,
Gungba again.
But for Cooper and Malik as well.
You're playing for 2 and a very popular assistant coach as well. Here's Knueppel. Yes! North Carolina lighten up as a Charlotte guy. 1 triple after another. Malawat with the slam.
I'd imagine they had a hard-fought win yesterday against Virginia.
Oh, Knueppel again.
But get the lead back to 8.
5 minutes to go in Charlotte. Knueppel threading inside, banks it in, he'll go to Knueppel looking to break free. On the drive, and it spins in with 4 minutes to go in Charlotte. Knueppel, and a slam by Malawach, the Charlotte native. Had a big first game in the tournament. And tied up there.
Has been in the painted area, not really getting much going from the perimeter.
Knueppel catches, fires, got it, a 3.
Elliot Cadeau's got to be careful, OB. He's already playing with 2.
Knueppel got a great look.
Tremendous job, as has Pat Kelsey. Tough, trying to figure out who the coach of the year was this year.
Knueppel swish it in from 3.
On the defensive end now, trying to help his team get a win.
Knueppel banging with Jackson and bangs it in.
From Cadeau to Ben Allen Lubin, but I'm not sure 2s are going to be able to beat the Blue Devils.
Don Knueppel, big time drive.
Will go to their full court pressure. This is how you have to attack. It then becomes extremely important, trying to catch up to the Blue Devils.
Knueppel again. Man, do they love to run that play.
Chucky to get loose without 10 defensive eyes watching.
Knueppel right by everyone. This would be Duke's first outright regular season ACC and tournament championship since 2006.
Great screen set by Terrence Edwards to free Chucky.
Knueppel takes the bump, leans in, got it off the game.
Should do it before the game.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think after the game,
emotional.
Knueppel with him strung by Ruths. Knueppel on Hepburn. 1-on-1. A block. Knueppel drives it, scores it.
Did Mike ever get on the floor for loose?
You know, back in the early 90s, every once in a while.
A loose 20.
Knueppel against Mount St. Mary's. There were a number of plays at the rim. Knueppel.
This kid gets.
That's 5 rebounds for Flag. Quick trigger.
We're just going. He keeps playing.
Knueppel more involved in this second half. He sneaks in
on the floor. Final 4. Last year.
Knueppel lob it. Slam. The other 2.
They went on a 19-0 run in that second half.
Knueppel drives and he finishes.
What a nice
call that switch out. Bradley, which he didn't, that just drove love and opened it up to Cooper. And I tell you what, Knueppel.
So they pinned the foul on Henry Vasar. And that one is in. All tied at 32. Knueppel trying to turn the corner at 6'7", big body. Does so. Pulls as well.
I just want to know who okayed the coloring on them.
Malawach on a set. And we have setting up for us here in this Sweet 16 matchup. Duke's made 10 of their last 13 field goals. Cooper Flag's been all of that. Here's Knueppel for 3. Shooting game, taking down BYU in the first one tonight. Knueppel leaves it up top, and Malawach with it. And he leaves it up for Malawach. Sends it out to Flag. No look again. Knueppel passed it up. Knueppel drives and lays it in. And able to put Alabama on the board the first time. On Knueppel. Shot fake, scores it off the glass. Second chance. Knueppel for 3. Cash by Bama. Phylon wants to push. And Knueppel strips him. And second turnover. Another lost possession. On Knueppel running with Malawach. And what a setup. 2-man game. James kicks it. Quick release. Knueppel. Sears drives it. Knueppel got a hand in there. It's going to be a held ball. For Mark Sears. Duke has their starters on the floor. Knueppel with a flurry of moves, and he's fouled. Duke leads by 8 with the ball. Knueppel leaves it for Proctor. Knifes to the basket and scores. Duke up 7 with the ball. And now Knueppel drives on Sears. Shakes him. Easy as it gets. Knueppel, 11 first half points, and he sets up Malawach. Knueppel open, lays it in. Knueppel guarded by Nelson. Knueppel, he's got a great left hand, turned away that time though. Knueppel drives, leaves it for James. Oh, just great. Flag with 16 and 8 here tonight. Knueppel finds Proctor. Proctor for 3. Cash. Well.
Houston has a smaller defender on Flag. Arsenault.
Swing it. Knueppel put it on the board at 3. Settle in with Gungha. Back to Knueppel with the finish.
That's their games.
Ball popped
Tipped in the air, and it's controlled. Knueppel in the right spot, and gets the bucket. Nice look. Proctor, extra. Knueppel, shooting practice. He's got it. He's got that baby hook. He always brings energy. Knueppel knocks it down.